Okay, for the bird dog, get on the hands and knees, straight line from the hips down to the knees, straight line from the shoulders down to the hands. Drive the heel back, not the toe, and have the heel slightly higher than the hips, so you're squeezing your glutes there. Squeezing your right glute as hard as you can, that's your right bum cheek. And you can see there, you're tucking underneath, pressing the elbow and knee together, and then stretching back out into that position with the opposite arm. So the knees are hip width apart, this is just the front view. The hands are shoulder width apart, and then it's opposite arm, opposite leg. So you're reaching back with the left heel, and you're reaching out in front with the right hand. You're looking straight out at the right hand, and then you're tucking underneath, pressing the elbow and knee together in the centre. Here you have the half kneeling press. Okay, you want to take a big step out after you've assumed a lunge position. Push your hips down at that angle, as shown in the video. You get a big stretch there at the top of the leg. That's your hip flexor stretching. If you want to intensify the stretch, just squeeze your glute. That's your right bum cheek. Once you've got that stretch on, you're going to press 5 times on the right. And once you've done 5 presses on the right, you're just going to keep the same position stretched. So the right hip flexor getting stretched there. You'll press 5 times on the left arm before you swap to stretch the opposite side. So here's the opposite side, face on, that's the left hip flexor stretching because you've got the left knee down. Press 5 times on the right, 5 times on the left. Very important that you get that stretch. The whole purpose here is to stretch and mobilise the hips, as well as strengthen the triceps and the shoulders. Okay? Here's the good morning. So what you're looking for here is a maximum stretch in the hamstrings. And you get that by pushing the hips back as far as they go, with a slight knee bend, and then popping up. Okay, so you're hinging at the hip, pushing the hip back, slight knee bend, popping up. You don't squat down, you push the hips back like you're trying to reach for something behind you. Once you've got maximum stress in the hamstrings, pop back up. For the inchworm, same thing. Try and do the good morning to put your hands down on the floor. So good morning, hinge your hips, keeping the legs as straight as possible. Walk the hands out to press up plank position, walk the hands back. Again, if you can't keep your legs straight, which you probably won't be able to initially when you start this movement, let the knees bend as much as they need to, but be sure you're still getting that stretch in the back of the legs. So here you have the plate squat. Have the plate touching the chin at all times. As you squat down, touch the bottom. The plate should still be on the chin at the bottom. Don't let that drop. That indicates that your spine's nice and tall. And you're looking to push the knees apart as you go down. You want to maintain heel contact with the floor, and also if you haven't got a box, use a bench. Put some plates on it so that the height is comfortable for your mobility at the minute. Over time you want to develop greater depth, but don't force it at the start. Okay, so from here you can see nice strong heel contact, hips are going back and down rather than just straight down, chest stays tall. Okay, and here you have shoulder dislocates, or dislocates as it's detailed in the warm-up. All you're looking to do here is build in range of motion in the shoulders, stretching the lats and the chest. From the back here you can see the elbows should never bend. The arms stay locked out straight the whole time. And if you can't get your arms around without bending the elbows, just go as wide as you can on the pole. The wider you go, the easier it'll be to get around, and then your mark of progress is being able to inch the hands in slowly over time. Keep the elbows locked out, keep the head steady. Here you're going to see the reverse flies, reverse dumbbell flies. The bottom position is the same as the good morning, which we've already detailed in the warm-up. So you get yourself into that bottom position, and all you're doing is just sweeping the dumbbells away, opening your chest up, get a good stretch across the front of the chest, and squeeze the shoulder blades as hard as you can. Again, the good morning position should be solid, and you should have tightness and pulling on the hamstrings. And here we're going to go into a bit of detail on press up form. So you don't want this position on the floor. You want to engage the lats just under the arms, which pull the elbows in tight to the body, as you can see here. So that's the position you want to be in on the floor. Nice tight lats. You can see here on the floor I'm pulling the elbows in tight, relaxing, pulling the elbows in tight, keeping them in there. Glutes are quite important also. You want to squeeze your glutes hard as you can, getting that tilt on the hips there as you can see, and then keep that position. That really keeps the whole body tension and you're solid from head to toe. Squeezing the glutes engages the lower core as well. Chest must touch the floor on every rep. Full extension at the top, and keep those elbows in close to the body. Okay, if you're finding it too hard to move everything in one piece, then you can do scaled. So you want to just be on the knees. Again, elbows flowing back behind you rather than out to the side. So we'll tuck the elbows in tight, and again, keep them in there. Squeeze the glutes, relax, squeeze the glutes, keep it on, and do your press-ups. Chest to floor every time. Head up, chin, chest. Okay, so here we'll have the ring rows. I want to show you a wee bit about the positioning first of all. Whenever you pull yourself to the rings, you want to have the shoulders back and the chest opened up, so you're stretching the chest. You see the way the shoulders pulled back there? Not this position, with the shoulders rounding forward. Keep the shoulders back. Just there at the bottom, you're retracting the shoulders back. Bring yourself down and pull the chest to rings. Always opening your chest up. Okay, here I've put a box against the wall to decrease the angle. Decreasing the angle means you're taking less body weight, so the movement's actually easier. So you can use a prop to do that if you're struggling with the full range ones. Okay. Here we've got the back extensions, so you're focusing on the lower back muscles, the erectors, and you want to contract those, pulling the spine up, lifting the chest up off the floor. Use as little hand support as possible. You should be able to take the hands off and remain in the same position. Look up as high as you can.